would have thought this ongoing game stream, it would actually be a death notice. During the live stream, the streamer, he didn't even have time to glance at the chat or comments, but he might have had time to kill someone 30 kilometers away. The 6-hour stream seemed like a perfect alibi. Technicians went through the stream frame by frame. They discovered a bone-chilling and terrifying truth. I need to kill this bee. A production crew member of the famous toy blogger Super Robot Wars. He actually showed a sinister and cunning expression to the camera. Hello everyone, I'm Johnny. Today's final verdict on this influencer's livestream murder case. It has been repeatedly delayed for various reasons. As of now, in February 2026, there might be new developments. At this point in time, let's go through the events in detail. Stephen McCullough was born in Northern Ireland, UK, in 1990. He has always lived in Lisburn. He started his YouTube career on April 5, 2010. His ID is WhatSaxon. The origin of the name is from the Doctor Who series. It features the alias Harold Saxon. He is a villainous character set on destroying the world. Basically, the end of the world. Stephen's content mainly revolves around reviewing toys. This includes figures and film-related merchandise, such as Super Robot Wars, Star Wars, Marvel, Toy Story, and so on. Back then, he just shared these as a personal hobby. But Stephen's passion for these toys was very full. For any toy he introduced or reviewed, he showed a very strong interest. This young man, always full of curiosity and exploration, constantly displayed his unique personal charm. This is exactly why he could attract a large audience early on. Stephen's love for all kinds of new things. It also influenced a group of viewers. Many children, in their own rooms or basements, started to imitate him. They gave new life to their toys. Stephen defined a niche for adult men's in-depth toy reviews. Each episode had fixed segments. Evaluations of various products became more open. The content added many entertainment elements. It is not intended for children. They expect adult collectors to pick up this piece of junk. Stephen's channel gradually gained more attention. His work was popular even with simple production. He used very basic recording equipment and sets, a worn-out mobile phone camera, a shabbier cardboard background, and rudimentary lighting. So the content and production appeared quite rough. Over time, his work gradually became more sophisticated. The background was no longer scrap cardboard. It was replaced by a tidier white background. He finally gave up the phone he used for recording. He switched to a clearer camera. It gave viewers an improved visual experience. The image quality became clearer and clearer. Actually, this is all understandable, since many video creators have limited budgets. They save on equipment expenses. After all, buying a new one is indeed not cheap. Now it's different. For instance, I recently bought a used Canon R50 on Zhuangzhuan. The experience has been quite good. Actually, I only had a budget of over 4,000. Instead of buying a new entry-level model, it's better to go for a used classic one. Both the texture and experience are improved. It offers better value for money. The key is that used items on Zhuangzhuan have exclusive inspection reports. You can see dozens of test results on the platform. There are also high-definition photos. Feels very reliable. It also supports 7-day returns and a 1-year warranty. Orders placed now can be shipped normally during the Spring Festival. There is no need to wait. You can use new gear during the new year. Other digital products on Zhuangzhuan are also very good. You can get an iPad for over 2,000. A Legion R9000P can be bought for 4,000 to 6,000. Click the blue link in the comments to get coupons up to 1,000. After his channel's subscribers surpassed 1,000, Stephen's creative passion exploded. He started trying more things. He appeared on camera himself. Family members occasionally made cameos. They helped film Chunibyo shorts about toys. Although Stephen's acting was always cringeworthy, it made him feel more relatable. During that period, his channel became an indispensable part. It was vital to the lives of many toy enthusiasts. With the encouragement and support of these viewers, he became more motivated. But as a YouTuber back then, his income had been meager for a while. He had to confess his predicament to the audience. He asked them for financial help. This was to take care of his elderly parents. Many viewers generously offered their help. In 2014 and 2015, Stephen's parents passed away one after another, but this did not stop his work from continuing. As time went by, Stephen's video production skills became more proficient, and his ideas became more creative. He began a period of crazy modification projects. This involved taking toys apart, then he randomly reassembled them based on his needs. He then upgraded to DIYing various robots. He even created simulated robot battles. This gave him a lot of knowledge about various films. His expertise in IPs and peripheral toys became very rich. After years of accumulation, his career finally saw a turning point. As a loyal fan of the British TV show Super Robot Wars, he never imagined that he would be invited by the production crew. He joined Team Sabotage in the show's 9th season. He became a behind-the-scenes media promoter. In the 10th season, he even became a team member. His channel's content quality kept improving. At that time, he had gained over 35,000 subscribers, and he even got a girlfriend. His girlfriend was Natalie. McNally was the same age as him. She worked at a transportation company. Both Stephen's career and relationship were maturing. His childhood dreams came true, and the future was bright. Furthermore, his girlfriend was pregnant. Stephen had met her parents. They seemed to be preparing for further steps. But this state of success did not last long. On December 18, 2022, Stephen posted previews on multiple social media platforms. He announced he would host a stream called Violent Night that evening. He would be live-streaming GTA Vice City. The live stream began at 6 in the evening. He played the game in front of the camera the whole time. Everything seemed very ordinary. The stream lasted for 6 hours. When it ended, he had some drinks and went to bed. But this seemingly normal stream was later reinterpreted. Because during this time, someone was brutally murdered, and the suspect was in the middle of a stream. It was Stephen, who had never left the house. The victim was his girlfriend, Natalie. On December 19th, Stephen woke up the morning after his stream. He went from Lisburn to his girlfriend Natalie's home. It was her apartment located in Lurgan. Upon arrival, he discovered that Natalie had been murdered at home. He then chose to call the police. Investigators determined that Natalie was killed the night before the report. After someone entered the home, she was beaten and stabbed to death. Even more cruelly, Natalie was 4 months pregnant at the time. 2 lives lost. Initially, the police suspected a home invasion, but after examining the scene, neither doors nor windows were damaged. There were no signs of a struggle. This meant the killer entered very easily. So they focused on Natalie's friends and family. The police also questioned Stephen, but he was live streaming at the time of the crime. Relevant files could be found online, and there were viewers to testify. From Lisburn to the town of Lurgan takes about an hour. The round trip takes 2 to 3 hours, so he had a solid alibi. Investigators were convinced he had no time. However, as the case received more attention, Stephen also came under stricter scrutiny. The police found his alibi didn't hold up at all. Investigators watched the entire stream. They found many suspicious points. Stephen's stream, titled Violent Night, started very abruptly. He promoted it on multiple social media platforms, but the gap between the preview and the stream was only 2 hours. 2 hours after the post was shared, the live stream began. Moreover, he had rarely streamed in the past. When the stream first started, Stephen deliberately made some explanations. He cited personal and software-related reasons. He said he needed to focus on the game during the stream. He couldn't interact with the viewers in the chat. He wouldn't answer questions or look at comments. Well, this stream and software is kind of up the left. It means I can't check the live chat, which is a real shame. So by all means, talk amongst yourselves. I could use my phone to check in now and then, and again, to check it. But I've decided that I kind of hate live streams, where people just sit and read comments and go, oh my god, I'll ask my questions better. So yeah, can't look at the live chat for some bloody reason. Because if I do, it makes the whole thing freeze and OBS just screws up. In fact, I'm still alive. Good. From then on, the stream became increasingly strange. It was filled with eerie moments and visual glitches. Stephen also said many cryptic things, seemingly hinting at something much deeper. Like I was reading somewhere recently, like the amount of police force we've lost over the last 12 years is just frightening. And no wonder crime is on the rise. That's why a lot are sticking to just doing crimes in a video game. Because I'm a bit of a statistic bastard, I suppose, but that again is a video game. You can't stop me. You're so beautiful. You don't know how I've suffered. And help me, why? Suddenly, a poster for the 007 movie, No Time to Die, appeared in the stream. Yeah, that's just physics. That's what would happen in the real world, perhaps. So, Natalie. Absolutely Natalie. After more than 6 hours, Stephen said goodbye to his audience. Technicians assigned to the case examined the computer Stephen used for streaming. They soon discovered an anomaly. 5 minutes after the stream ended that morning, Stephen deleted the stream files, seemingly trying not to leave any evidence. Furthermore, he intentionally visited Natalie's heartbroken parents after the incident. He once forgot his phone at their house and only returned 40 minutes later to pick it up. It was later discovered that Stephen's phone had been recording the entire time. The investigators believe that he did this to determine if they suspected him. Police also found valuable surveillance footage. On December 18th, between 7 o'clock and 7:10 p.m. on the night of the crime, a man wearing a gray hoodie, a scarf, and gloves, carrying a green shopping bag, appeared at a bus stop near Stephen's house. After boarding the bus, while preparing to pay the fare, he accidentally dropped several coins on the floor. When the man crouched down to collect the change, the camera caught him wearing 2 layers of gloves, a pair of winter gloves, with yellow rubber gloves worn over them. The man then began a 90-minute journey. Around 8:30 p.m., he got off in Lurgan, 30 kilometers from Lisburn. He walked toward the apartment where Natalie lived. Surveillance footage shows that at approximately 8:42 p.m., he passed the victim's house, but he only passed by, showing no unusual behavior. Investigators speculate he was checking if Natalie's car was out front. 10 minutes later, at 8:52 p.m., surveillance shows the man returning. This time, he was carrying a black duffel bag and headed toward Natalie's apartment. Police said the apartment door was unlocked, so he entered with ease. From 8:53 to 9:31 p.m., the suspicious man remained in Natalie's home. Neighbors claimed to hear a woman scream around 9 p.m. 31 minutes later, the man who stayed at Natalie's for 40 minutes was caught on surveillance again. He had changed into clean clothes and left with his bag. Between 9:35 and 9:55 p.m., he took a taxi back to Lisburn and got out at 11:13 p.m. near Stephen's house. The suspect walked alone after getting off at 11:16 p.m. Stephen's phone was turned on after being off for 5 hours. The next day, Natalie was found dead. Police believe, based on the surveillance footage, that the suspect's build is identical to Stephen's. Then, the technical department had a breakthrough. Their frame-by-frame analysis of the stream revealed that Stephen's so-called live stream wasn't live at all, but was pre-recorded. Treating him as the primary suspect, the police reconstructed the events. The content shown after the stream began on the 18th was actually video files of him playing games. 5 days before the incident, from 6 p.m. on December 13th to 12:04 a.m. on December 14th, Stephen had performed a 6 hours rehearsal. To make it look real, he initially pretended to interact with the audience. After the 6 hours file was generated, he announced it on the 18th. His girlfriend, Natalie, was among those who liked the post. At 5:57 p.m., Stephen texted Natalie saying, "I'm going to go live for the night. Wish me luck." 2 minutes later, Natalie replied, "I might watch your stream tonight too." Stephen's phone was then turned off. The stream began at 6 p.m. Stephen used a prepared excuse to deceive viewers, explaining why he couldn't check the live chat. It was because no one was actually there. From this, it can be inferred that, after creating this illusion, he could slip away and take the bus to Natalie's. Even if the round trip took 3 hours, the 6 hours stream duration gave him plenty of time to handle any unexpected situations, and ensure he finished everything before the stream ended. To get back home, Stephen seemed to have accurately calculated the travel and crime time. CCTV captured the suspect entering Natalie's house at 8:53 p.m. and leaving at 9:31 p.m. Around 9:30 p.m. was the time of the crime. At the chilling time of 9:27 p.m., a transition suddenly appeared on the stream screen. Then the 007 movie poster appeared. That was almost exactly when the victim was killed. Looking closely at the information in this poster, No Time to Die contains Time to Die. Since the content was pre-recorded, to make the stream more believable, Stephen could have edited that part out, yet the element remained. It's hard to call it a coincidence. One can only boldly speculate that Stephen left it intentionally to announce the time in his own way. Someone has died, and the things he said seemed to hint he killed someone. His ill-timed, sinister expressions also reflected his twisted mind. Even the name of the streaming event, Violent Night, seemed so deliberate. He seemed very confident in his perfect crime, so he chose to leave mocking, encrypted messages that only he could truly understand. Police arrested Stephen, but due to insufficient evidence, he was granted bail. While he was released on bail, he continued to post content. On the last day of 2022, he updated his social media with a very somber text, saying he had lost a lot that year and endured pain that others couldn't understand. On January 28, 2023, the residents of Lurgan held a memorial for the murdered Natalie. Among the over 1,000 participants, Stephen was present. 3 days later, on January 31st, Stephen was charged with murder by the prosecution. The Belfast Crown Court has opened for the trial. Stephen admitted he deceived his audience that night. He admitted that he was not actually live streaming. However, he claimed he was drinking home alone. He stated that he eventually fell asleep. He denied the charges of killing his girlfriend. He stated he had no reason to do such a thing. The prosecution has submitted a piece of evidence. This happened 3 days before Natalie was murdered. She exchanged 33 messages with her ex. The prosecution believes the following: the messages triggered Stephen's loss of control. This is based on publicly available information. The prosecution seems to lack direct evidence. The police were able to track the suspect. They tracked him from the scene to Lisburn. They have CCTV and driver testimony as proof. Yellow rubber gloves were left at the victim's home. The victim's blood was found on the gloves. The gloves were stained with her blood. However, the suspect was wearing double gloves. Therefore, no DNA could be extracted. There is still no direct evidence to confirm the identity. The suspect in the footage may not be Stephen. The defense attorney also raised several questions. Essentially, the police evidence is very specific. It seems to be concentrated on one single point. The point is that Stephen faked his live stream, and that is all there is to the evidence. The final trial is under a lot of pressure. The process has taken a long time to complete. Several years have passed since the incident. The prosecution may have new evidence now. The trial has been postponed repeatedly. It was first delayed to September 2025. Then it was delayed again to November. However, it did not proceed in November. It was delayed to the 16th of February 2026. The trial for this case is currently ongoing. I will monitor any further developments. I will share any new information that emerges. I will continue to follow up on this case. That is all for this episode. Finally, don't forget to like and support. Thanks to Juan for sponsoring this video. The platform is currently holding a promotion. Everyone hurry and check out Juan. Go and upgrade your digital products now.